I'm standing in the middle of a wide variety of cars at We Buy Cars. And for this off-script video, we are working with a hypothetical scenario where we have Lerato, who is looking to buy a second-hand car from either We Buy Cars or Weelee, but she doesn't understand the differences between the two. So if you are like Lerato, this video is for you. Let's get into it. Established in 2001, We Buy Cars is our first stop, and this is the Centurion branch. At first glance, you can already see that there are a lot of cars here, and I mean a lot, from the old worn-out cars to the latest models. One can easily say that if you go to We Buy Cars knowing exactly which car you want, chances are you might even leave with it. But the question that you can ask yourself is, in this selection of a million gajillion cars, how do you separate the good from the bad? Well, We Buy Cars has also thought about this. So they've classified their cars into two different categories. You have category A and category B. And we'll start with category A. So these are vehicles which We Buy Cars says are in good working order. They have low risk when compared to their category B cars, but that doesn't mean that they are perfect. Some of them would still need to be conditioned, serviced, and repaired here and there in order for them to fully function. We Buy Cars also gives you an option to buy a warranty package for these cars, and you can choose to either finance the car or buy it cash. One thing to note is that these cars are not serviced, so you would need to take them in for service before falling in love with them. Category A cars also have a return policy in instances where there is a defect which you might have not seen before you bought the car. Don't be shy to drop a comment about your Category A car buying experience. The next one is Category B, and this is for my friends who have mechanics on speed dial. Cars found here are typically old and very high mileage. Some of these cars are old and worn out, like my 1988 Mercedes friend here. We Buy Cars doesn't offer a warranty package for these ones, and the only buying option you have here is cash. So you will swipe 37,000 rands and drive out or tow away without looking back. Most, if not all of these cars also don't have any service history, and this is because they are mostly high mileage. Take this 2021 Starlet for example. One would ask themselves, why is this car here? Until you look at the mileage and you see that it has driven 220,000 kilometers. Then you understand why it's a Category B vehicle. So my advice to Lerato, who is a first-time car buyer, is to consider A category cars and not B. Unless she has a mechanic on speed dial, then she can tata my chance. And over and above the A and B category listing, you also have a different classification which is seen by the stickers that are put on these cars, the DECRA stickers. So you have platinum, gold and green, and I'll explain to you what they all mean. Cars with the platinum stickers would be ones that have no roadworthy issues, have passed a roadworthy test, and they are ready to purchase as they are. Ones with the gold sticker would be cars that have not undergone the roadworthy test, but they are guaranteed to pass. And examples of these cars would also be cars that have minor bumps here and there. And then you have the Boss Zonke, the Boss Nonke of cars, the cars with green stickers, the special case. These are cars which still need to be repaired, and you only get to find out what's wrong with the car when you look at the DECRA report. So next time you see a Mercedes going for 200,000, don't just run to your bank without looking at these things. And before you ask, yes, it is possible to find a Category A car that has a green sticker. And now for the next stop, which is just 850 meters away from We Buy Cars. Established in 2017 as an online platform for people to sell cars, Weelee now also sells cars, and we are at its first mega store, which was launched in November 2023 as a We Buy Cars direct competitor. From its showroom, you can see that it's still a small boy when compared to We Buy Cars. But when it comes to what it offers, you might agree with me when I say they are the next big thing. So what Weelee does differently from We Buy Cars is, after buying a car from a seller, They take it to an on-site mechanic who does an 80-point check to just check for anything that might need to be repaired. And if they find any faults, they then do the repairs themselves. But fixing this would obviously affect the price. So it's rare to find a car that is under 80,000 rands at Weelee. The other thing that they also do differently is if, for example, they buy a car with worn out tires or maybe chipped alloys, they have Tiger Wheel and tires who would then replace these tires and alloys with brand new ones. So what I've mentioned basically eliminates the green DEKRA stickers. And just because we saw cars that have bumps here and there, we can leave out the gold stickers. But one can confidently say most, if not all, of the cars that are here have little to no roadworthy issues, so they can qualify for the platinum sticker. There isn't a lot of information in terms of warranty and return policy, but from what I've gathered, you can contact them in the event that your car has a mechanical breakdown within a certain period of time after buying it. The one biggest downside here is since this is still a new establishment, there isn't really a wide variety of cars to choose from. For example, we walked around this showroom and didn't really see any wow performance car or even your Kia Rio, whereas WeBuyCars has them in supply. And the other problem I had is with the organization of the cars. I feel like it would have worked better if birds of the same feather flocked together, because now it means that I have to go up and down looking for a specific car, unlike at WeBuyCars where, for example, SUVs are all classed together. But otherwise, I really enjoyed walking around here, mainly because of the space and the shiny looking cars. And I would honestly recommend that Lerato starts at Weelee when looking for a car as a first time buyer. But if she happens to go to WeBuyCars, I would recommend that she goes for the category A platinum stickered cars. After watching this video and knowing what you know now, let me know what you would recommend to a first time car buyer. Should they go to Weelee or WeBuyCars? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to comment, like and subscribe to this channel. I've also made a video about the auction process if that tickles your fancy.